Okay, so here's the continuation of the door project. This is the back side of the driver's door. I think this is the only one that I'm going to end up redoing. I might end up doing the passenger front door just to make it match a little bit more. That's the inside. Obviously I haven't cut out the speaker yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to use the same one. And that's the front side. This glue, obviously that's going to be all covered by the fabric, but I made a mistake and I glued this stuff on the wrong side to start with. So I'm just using CA glue. Seems to be holding great. I might use contact adhesive, I'm not sure. I cut the holes out for all of the clips, and the clips I'm using are these. I ordered them off of Amazon. They're just wire door clips. If you guys look for the Lucky Needle on YouTube, he has a really great series of how to make custom upholstery. Beautiful work. And I got that idea. Basically these are the original clips and they seem to work fine. 1/4-inch hole. The material is a little bit too thick for these clips, but if I compress it here just a little bit, they seem to fit fine. So that's it. I decided on some fabric to replace this carpet. We're going to go with this kind of textured vinyl, and I'm going to do that along the bottom here, and it'll be concealed under the chrome trim. And I'm going to paint the door handles, all 4 door handles. I got this vinyl, duplicolor vinyl fabric paint at AutoZone. I'm not sure which color is going to work best, but this is what they look like currently. Very discolored, and so any improvement, at least it'll be consistent. So stay tuned, and hopefully next time around I'll have some fabric on the door. Alright, well, here it is. I haven't cut out the hole for the speaker yet, but that's fine. This section is glued. I'll show you the back in a second. And if you look really close, I might still need to trim a little bit of this material. These 2 pieces are not sewn together like in the original. They just overlap, but I'll need to cut a little bit more. This edge here is slightly visible, but in the great scheme of things, it's not too bad. So I think that looks really good. A little bit of a scratch on the original. The original is not yet glued and stapled on. Let me show you the back. So I wanted to have a little bit of a soft backing on the on that vinyl. So I just used some closed cell foam. Again, sorry, instant gratification. I think I got this at Lowe's. It's basically like in the insulation aisle. It's about 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters thick. But it was $12 for 50 feet versus the upholstery stuff, which is a hell of a lot more. So anyway, I haven't stapled anything yet. I'll need to do some final gluing. I used this stuff. Awesomely strong, very hard or very heavy bond strength, so I'm hopeful. And that's about it. I think it turned out okay. That's it. I'll plan on showing you the finished product. Here's what the vinyl paint looked like. It's a little bit lighter than I want it to be, but I painted all 4 pieces so that they match and that's not too bad. There's nothing that matched honey in the Duplicolor instantly available palette, so that'll have to do for now. Alright gang, so here is the door card largely finished. The camera doesn't really do, this is honey brown, so it's actually a little bit darker than this, and I don't know how to do color correction on this Android. Anyway, so let me show you the back. Before I do that, I'm going to show you this. This is a Duplicolor vinyl fabric refinished door handle. Unfortunately, it's a little bit lighter than what I wanted it to be. The original was supposed to match, but I think what I'm going to be able to do is kind of have a theme. I'm going to redo the center console and see if I can match the same color. So we'll have a kind of a theme going in the vehicle. This will remain up here with the trim pieces. I haven't decided yet on what to do with this. I think I'm leaning toward just getting a different speaker that might fit on there. Let me show you the back, and then I'll show you the glue that I used and how this all went together. So overall, it wasn't so bad. I probably overcomplicated it a little bit, but I did not need to do this section at all here. It doesn't need to be doubled up. I could have probably only put a couple of small strips where this door card would touch the metal, so it doesn't. I was trying to avoid it bowing, but I think it would have been fine. I used where's the glue? I used this stuff on the vinyl and on the foam. I used the foam mainly to wrap the edges, so I have some softness on the bottom section here. I'll show you what that looks like. And then this is for obviously the mirror switch, window switches, and so on. This is where the clips are going to go. I ended up going with still with steel clips, and what 1/4-inch hole. Basically you push in and go like so, and it matches. What you have to be careful about is the end point of your hole basically lines up like this, so you have to offset the hole by about 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch, otherwise your holes are going to be off to sheet metal. So I stapled these edges using an electric staple gun and 1/4-inch staples. That was probably not necessary because the staples, quite honestly, don't hold very well in the PVC. These are the staples I used. They were there more really to hold until the glue cured, and this stuff is really very strong. Let me show you the other side one more thing before I break it. So the foam that I used basically just gives this a little bit of a soft touch and wraps around the edges. I took this piece of, I don't know, cordage, I guess, from the old jacked up piece here just to hide the transition line. So, I don't know, I think it turned out really well. The holes all match up, line up, and it wasn't so bad. And so I'm going to use the same material for the rear interior quarter panel repair. My quarter panels are missing, and I'm going to do the same vinyl on this door on the bottom to match it up. I can already tell this door has been taken off a few times for whatever reason, so I'm just going to take it off and do the same thing, but the door card and the rest seem like they're in pretty good condition. So overall, what I would do differently, I'd plan ahead a little bit more. I would start with, I wouldn't use this as a template. I would follow the guide that the Lucky Needle guy on YouTube shows, which is basically use a piece of plastic sheeting, just clear sheeting, lay it up against the door with a Sharpie, draw it out, mark out where all of your holes are, and then lay it flat on a sheet and cut it out. Using this warped piece and trying to straighten it out as a template wasn't super accurate, and but made it work. So this is definitely the glue to use. You can also use this stuff. I think this holds better, but only time will tell. So stay tuned. I'll put together something again when I have everything assembled to show you, but I think that's it for now.